If you're shopping for a Porsche right now and you live in the States, this one is for you. We're going through 6 Porsches you absolutely need to buy and 4 you should stay far away from. Every single one of these has been checked against real owner data, repair costs, and current market prices. Let's get right into it. Starting with number 6 on the buy list, and this one might surprise some of you. The Porsche Panamera 2nd generation, the 971 that has been around since 2017. A lot of people sleep on this car because they think it looks weird or they do not understand why a Porsche needs 4 doors. But here's the thing, this car drives like a proper sports car while giving you room for your whole family. The GTS version and the Turbo SE Hybrid are the ones you want. The E-Hybrid gives you over 30 miles of pure electric driving, which means your morning commute could cost you basically nothing in gas. And if you bought one new, there were federal tax credits available on qualifying models. On the used market right now, you are looking at anywhere from $60,000 to $150,000 depending on the trim and miles. The adaptive air suspension on this thing soaks up every highway crack and pothole you throw at it. Maintenance runs about the same as a Cayenne, which we will get to in a second, and reliability after 2017 has been really solid. If you're someone who needs a luxury sedan but refuses to give up that Porsche DNA and still wants to feel something when you turn the wheel, this is your car. Number 5 on the buy list is the Porsche Cayenne 3rd generation, the E3 from 2019 to present. This is the car that literally saved Porsche as a company back in the day, and the newest version is the best one they have ever made. The GTS with that 4.0-liter V8 making 493 horsepower is an absolute animal. You're getting to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, in something that can tow over 7,700 pounds. Think about that for a second. You could tow a boat to the lake on a Saturday and then take your kids to school on Monday in the same vehicle, and it never feels out of place doing either. The air suspension rides beautifully on American highways, and there's even an off-road package if you want to take some light trails. Fuel economy sits around 16 to 20 miles per gallon, which is not amazing, but honestly, for what this thing does, it is totally acceptable. Used 2019 and newer models are going for $70,000 to $120,000 right now, and they hold value better than almost anything in the luxury SUV segment. Annual maintenance is a bit higher at $1,500 to $3,000 a year, but it is predictable and you can save a good chunk by going to an independent Porsche shop instead of the dealer. Number 4, the Porsche Macan 2nd generation from 2019 onward, especially the GTS or Turbo. This is the best-selling Porsche in America, and there is a real reason for that. The 2019 facelift fixed a lot of the early problems people had with transfer cases and water pumps on the first round of Macans. The GTS comes with a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 pumping out 434 horsepower. All-wheel drive is standard, and it hits 60 in 4.1 seconds. It can even tow up to 4,409 pounds, which is pretty handy. You get 17 to 53 cubic feet of cargo space, depending on whether the rear seats are up or down. Fuel economy lands around 17 to 22 miles per gallon. On the used market, a 2019 to 2022 GTS runs about $55,000 to $80,000, and recent low-mileage examples go for $90,000 plus. The ownership experience is what really sells this car, though. You can haul your dogs, throw bikes on the roof, do the school pickup, and still smoke most cars at a stoplight without even trying. Porsche Club of America events are packed with Macans now, and that tells you everything about how much fun these are. Maintenance costs around $1,200 to $2,500 a year, and independent shops will treat you right for less than the dealer charges. Number 3 on the buy list is the current Porsche 911, the 992 generation from 2020 to present. This is the most advanced 911 ever made. period. The base Carrera comes with a 3.0-liter twin-turbo flat-six, making 379 horsepower, and the GTS pushes past 473. Every version gets to 60 in under 3.5 seconds. All-wheel drive is standard on most trims, which makes this thing a monster in Midwestern winters and on mountain passes out west. The adaptive dampers and rear axle steering make it comfortable enough for your daily commute on destroyed city roads, but absolutely devastating at the track. You get modern tech like a digital cluster, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, night vision, and adaptive cruise control. Fuel economy is 18 to 22 combined, which is honestly impressive for the speed you're getting. New Carreras start around 120 to 150,000 plus, and used 2020 to 2023 examples sit between 110 and 160,000, holding value incredibly well. The aftermarket scene is thriving, with guys running exhaust upgrades and suspension setups for track days. Maintenance runs $1,500 to $3,000 a year, and the reliability data from owners and JD Power is really strong. This is the 911 you buy if you want everything: the heritage, the tech, the performance, and you plan to keep it for a very long time. Now, number 2, and this one is a fan favorite for a reason: the Porsche 911 997.2 Carrera and Carrera S from 2009 to 2012. If you want the last truly analog 911, this is it. The 997.2 fixed the biggest fear in Porsche ownership by ditching the problematic IMS bearing from the earlier 997.1. The new direct injection engine is basically bulletproof, with a failure rate under 1%, according to specialists like LN Engineering. You get a 3.6-liter making 345 horsepower in the Carrera and a 3.8-liter with 385 in the S. The manual transmission Carrera S hits 60 in 4.3 seconds and tops out at 188 miles per hour. But the real magic is the hydraulic steering. Every modern Porsche after this went to electric power steering, and while those systems are good, nothing touches the feel you get through the wheel on a 997.2 carving through a canyon road on a Sunday morning. Fuel economy is about 18 city and 25 highway. These cars just keep going with basic maintenance. Owners on Renlist are reporting well over 100,000 miles with no drama. Clean examples are running 45 to 65,000 for a Carrera and 55 to 80 for an S right now. Prices are holding steady, and some are even going up because people are realizing this was the last era of naturally aspirated manual 911s. Annual maintenance is about $1,000 to $2,000 at a dealer, and even less at a good independent shop. And the number one Porsche you should buy right now is the 718 Cayman, especially the GTS 4.0 from 2020 and newer. This car is the purest driving experience Porsche makes today. The GTS 4.0 has a naturally aspirated 4.0-liter flat-six that revs all the way to 8,000 RPM and makes 394 horsepower with 309 pound-feet of torque. You can get it with a 6-speed manual or PDK. It hits 60 in 3.9 seconds with PDK and Sport Chrono, weighs about 3,100 pounds, and tops out at 182 miles per hour. The mid-engine layout gives you a level of balance and steering feel that even the 911 cannot match on tight roads. Fuel economy sits around 20 city and 26 highway, with real-world numbers closer to 22 to 28 on a spirited drive. You have trunk space in the front and the back, so road trips are completely doable. The tech inside is great with Apple CarPlay, BCM 6.0, and navigation that works offline in the middle of nowhere. Reliability on 2018 and newer models is strong. RepairPal puts annual costs around $800 to $1,500, and there are no IMS bearing worries here. Used 2018 to 2020 examples go for $55,000 to $80,000, and the manual GTS 4.0 holds strong at $85,000 to $110,000. These are already appreciating because everyone knows this is the last naturally aspirated flat-six Porsche will ever make before going hybrid. This is the car that makes you excited to drive to the grocery store, and honestly, that is what Porsche ownership is all about. Now, for the 4 Porsches you should avoid. Number 4 is the early Porsche Taycan from 2020 to 2022. The Taycan drives like nothing else, and the performance is unreal. Nobody is arguing that. The problem is the value drops off a cliff. We're talking 50% or more depreciation in just 3 to 4 years. Insurance costs in the States are high for EVs in general, and the Taycan is no exception. If something goes wrong with the high-voltage system, you're looking at a very expensive repair bill. Charging infrastructure is getting better, but it still is not where it needs to be, and installing a home charger adds another cost. The smart move is to wait for later models or grab a certified pre-owned with an extended warranty. Number 3 to avoid is the first-generation Cayenne from 2003 to 2006, especially the V8 models. The early Cayenne had serious engine problems, including coolant pipe failures and cylinder scoring on the V8. The transmission was also problematic, and maintenance costs were through the roof. You can find these for $10,000 to $20,000, and that low price is exactly the trap. You will spend that same amount in shop visits within the first year. Later generations are so much better that there is really no reason to take this gamble. Number 2 to avoid is the 986 Boxster from 1997 to 2004. It shares the same M96 engine family as the early 996, which means you get the same IMS bearing risk, rear main seal leaks, bore scoring, and cylinder issues. On top of that, the convertible top leaks on many examples, and the rear plastic window yellows and cracks. Sure, you can get one for $15,000 to $30,000, but you're essentially playing a lottery with your repair bills. The later 987 Boxster is a much smarter buy if you want an open-top Porsche on a budget. And the number 1 Porsche to avoid is the 996 generation 911 from 1999 to 2004, especially the early models before 2002 that were not turbos or GT cars. The IMS bearing failure rate on the early single-row bearing cars sits between 5 and 10%, based on class action data. And when it fails, your engine is done. Bore scoring and rear main seal leaks add even more risk on top of that. Prices are tempting at $20,000 to $40,000, but a proper pre-purchase inspection almost always turns up something concerning. If you really want one, you need to budget for an engine-out IMS bearing upgrade, which costs around $2,000 to $4,000 as a preventative measure. A lot of people in the Porsche community have learned this the hard way.